order operation agreement. What do we mean by order operations agreements? We mean that we perform operations in a special order. How is that? If grouping symbols such as brackets or parentheses, okay, are present, we start by the innermost grouping symbols first, while observing three things. Exponential expressions first, multiplication and division from left to right as a second step, addition and subtraction from left to right as a third step. That is, if grouping symbols are present such as parentheses or brackets, okay, are present, we start by the innermost grouping symbols first. What do we mean by the innermost grouping symbol first? Suppose we have operation between these parentheses and operation between these two parentheses and operation between these two parentheses. So starting with the innermost symbols means we start by the one inside. This is the one inside. Once you finish, go to the one outside. Once you finish, go to the one also outside. This is what do we mean by the innermost symbols. When observing that, we go through these steps. From 1, exponential expression, then 2, multiplication and division from left to right, and 3, addition and subtraction from left to right. That is, if grouping symbols are present, we start by the innermost grouping symbols first. Then we do exponential expression. Then we do multiplication and division. Then we do, of course, from left to right. Then we do addition and subtraction from left to right. If I tell you to evaluate. To answer this question, we have to start first by the innermost parentheses or the symbols first. So we will start by this one. So decomposing it should be 23, and we start by exponential. So it is minus 25. Okay, and the rest will remain the same. We have to finish what is inside. So this is equal to minus 2. And the rest will remain the same. Now we have multiplication and division. However, we start by exponential first. Okay, so do not miss the order. 5 minus 7 multiplied in minus 2 minus 16 divided by 8. Now we have multiplication and division. So we start from left to right, and the rest will remain the same, of course. 5, then minus 7 multiplied in minus 2 is plus 14. And minus 16 divided by 8 is minus 2. So, following the order, this should be from left to right, addition and subtraction. Okay? So, this is 5 plus 14, 19, minus 2 is 17. Let's take another question. Please notice with me, this is not 3.5 square. It is 3 multiplied in 5 square. Okay? So let's go back to the question. This is equal to, we start with what is inside the symbols or parentheses here. So this is what? Minus 3 squared. Here the base is 3 and the negative is of course is outside, so should be minus 9. And similarly here the base is 4 squared, should be the negative is outside, then it is minus 16. The rest will remain the same. We have to complete what is inside the parentheses. So this is minus 9 minus 16 is minus 25, and the rest will remain the same. Multiplied 5 squared minus 6. Now we have to look in the expression. Okay? Look in the expression. We finalize first the exponential here, which is 25. So this would be 25. Of course, 3 multiplied in 25 minus 6 minus 25 divided here minus 15. Now we have to finalize the multiplication and division from left to right. Okay, so here it is 3 multiplied in 25 is 75 minus 6 multiplied in minus 25 is plus 150. The division here we have to remain, it should be remain the same here, divided by minus 15. Okay, because this is the whole is divided by minus 15. Now we will do the multiplication and division from left to right. Of course, this is will be equal to minus 10, and the rest will remain the same. So this is 75 minus 10 should be equal to 75 minus 10 is 65, and we are done. Let's take another example. 3 minus 5 all to the power squared multiplied in 3 squared minus 5 squared. So we follow the agreement, our order agreement. So this is will be 9 minus 25. We went through the symbols and exponential first, and this will remain the same. Now we can finalize. So what is inside the parentheses? This is equal to minus 2 squared multiplied in minus 16. We finish now the exponential first. This is equal to 4 multiplied in minus 16. So the answer eventually is minus 64.